Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got episode 2 of NBA Playoff Watch. Full disclaimer, just starting it off by saying this is probably going to be a shorter video than what we've been doing recently with NFL, with college basketball and college football. Our videos have been like 30 to, even an hour long. This video is not going to be as long, so just because the season just started, so I'm not doing playoff predictions just because the seeding is all out of whack. Next week we will do playoff predictions, but not this week. But yeah, the seeding's just kind of wacky. The season just started. We'll talk about how each team's doing, but it's all we're gonna have this episode. But if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. As I mentioned, we do college basketball every Monday, college football on Tuesdays, NFL on Wednesdays, and then NBA Playoff Watch Thursday nights. So my Discord and X are linked in the description. You can join that. You can follow that, whatever you like to do. Now let's just hop right into this video. So we're starting off with the Eastern Conference standings, and we're gonna start from the. Should we start from the bottom or the top? We'll start from the top. The Celtics 4-0. They've looked like by far the best team in the East. They have been playing very good ball. It doesn't even look like there's any adjustments to like getting new players and Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. They just look very fluent, and they're playing some of the best basketball in the NBA, maybe the best. So they're at the top. Sixers at 2-1, only loss coming to the Bucks. They've been playing pretty good too, and they just traded James Harden to the Clippers. So we'll kind of see how they fare without him. I'm interested to see how they look, but they've been playing pretty good so far. The Hawks at 3, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray have looked a lot better as a duo, so good for them. Playing pretty good right now. The Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton is still a great playmaker, probably maybe the best in the league. He's been doing great, and they've been looking like a pretty good team. They're at 2-2 right now. The Bucks also at 2-2. Yeah, I'm not worried about them. They are just adjusting to having Damian Lillard instead of Drew Holiday. I'm not worried at all about them. They should be all right. They're at 2-2. But again, Giannis and Dame, just give them a little time. They will pick things up. The Magic here at number 6, they've been playing pretty good. Paolo Banchero's looking good. Franz Wagner as well. He's been looking good. And Cole Anthony has actually started off the year pretty well. So they're looking like a fun team to watch. The Nets coming in also at 2-2. See, this is kind of why I didn't do the playoffs, because there's the seeding. Yeah, as you can see, it's just all over the place. The Nets have been playing pretty good. Cam Thomas has been insane, 28 points per game. I know they've only played 4 games, but yeah, he's been their best player this year, and Mikal Bridges is looking good too. So if they can continue this play from Cam Thomas, that's going to be huge for them. And Ben Simmons also, he's not going to show up for the points. He's only averaging 7 points, but 10 rebounds and 7.5 assists. That's pretty good. So in a block too. Ben Simmons has been pretty good this year as well for them. Pistons 2-3. I like what I've seen from Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren's been amazing as well. They are looking like a fun team. But it's just the start of the year. We'll see how things play out. The Knicks, R.J. Barrett's been showing out. He's their leading scorer as of right now. I do expect Jalen Brunson to take that back over as the season progresses. Cleveland at number 10. They're dealing with some injuries right now. But when they get healthy, they're not super beat up. They are a little, but once they get completely healthy, they are a scary team. Donovan Mitchell averaging 31.5 points per game. Evan Mobley's been great on the defensive end, 2 blocks a game. They're at 2-3, but they have been pretty beat up. The Bulls at 11. They're at 2-3. They just don't look very good. DeMar DeRozan's not having. He's all right, but I don't know. He's looking like he's starting to slow down a little. I'd like to see some more from Kobe White. Vucevic has been pretty good. I guess you could say Levine's looking like their best player right now. Yeah, they just don't really impress me. Even when they do win, they haven't looked very good. The Raptors at 2-3. I'm liking what I see from Scotty Barnes. He's looking like he's taking that third year step that I predicted him to. So good for him. Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby. Dennis Schroeder's actually been a pretty good addition for them. 16 points per game, 9 assists. That's pretty good. Just counting stats. Hornets sitting at 1-3. Yeah, I don't expect them to have a too good season. I'd like to see some more from LaMelo Ball. He's kind of started out a little slow. He is coming off the injury from last year, though. The Wizards at 1-3. They don't look very impressive. Jordan Poole hasn't been too great. I mean, he's not used to being the number one option in the offense. I don't really know if he is capable of doing that. We'll kind of see as the season goes on. Kuzma's been pretty good, but they just don't have too many guys over there. And then the Heat in last place. Tyler Hero's been great. I'd like to see some more from Jimmy Butler. Again, the season just started. I'm not too worried about them. But, I mean, I don't know if I expect them to be a top 6 team just on the regular season. Once they get to the playoffs, they can obviously make a run. They did last year as an 8 seed all the way to the finals, but I'm not too worried about them. They should be able to pick it up at least a little. And if they can just get in those playoffs, they are a scared team to play. So that's the East. Now let's move on to the West. Mavericks sitting at 4-0. They've been playing some pretty good ball. Luka is so far my MVP this year. I don't think you can question that. He's averaging 34 points per game, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and a steal. So yeah, he's phenomenal. Kyrie Irving's been pretty good too. I like to see a little bit more from him, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is also been pretty good for them. And I kind of forgot they picked up Grant Williams, but that was a good addition. They also picked up Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, the Mavericks made some big moves in the offseason, and I'm liking their team. They're looking good. I think they have potential to get a top 6 spot in the West. Now it is early. The Warriors at 4-1. They have also impressed. Steph Curry is still, the best. But Chris Paul is looking like a very good addition for them. 9 points per game, 8 assists coming off the bench. They really needed that. He's been great. Klay Thompson, Wiggins, all of them have been, what they should be. They've been playing not too bad. But yeah, this team with kind of two identities. When Steph Curry's at the point guard, they're kind of high-flying, high-powered offense. When Chris Paul gets in, it's a little bit of a slower-paced game. And I think it's good for them. It's working pretty well. I think it's good. And, their bench has been a lot better in the past. Usually when Curry gets out of the game, they're kind of losing 8 points until he gets back. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be up 8. Curry gets subbed out for 5 minutes. Then it'll be tied when he comes back in. But, no, the bench has been holding their own. I wouldn't say they're adding on to leads, but they're just kind of holding it until Curry can come back, which is very good for them. So the Warriors have been very impressive, and I am excited to see what the future of the season holds for them. The Nuggets, as expected, they look phenomenal. I'm interested to see how the bench keeps on playing with a lot of their old bench getting shipped out. They bring in a lot of new young guys. Jalen Pickett, he was good on Penn State. Julian Strother was good on Gonzaga. Christian Braun, he was very good on Kansas. I know he's a second-year player, but so they bring in a lot of guys. They bring in Colin Gillespie. I didn't even know he was on the roster. He was great at Villanova. Um, so yeah, I'm interested to see how the bench continues to play, but they're 4-1. I'm not too worried about them. They have been very impressive to start the year. Pelicans, it's good to see them healthy. Yeah, they're obviously a very good team healthy. They got three guys averaging over 21 points a game, that being Brandon Ingram, Zion, and CJ McCollum. Yeah, they're a very good team when they're healthy. I hope they can continue to be healthy this year because they can be a scary team to look out for. The Lakers gave LeBron James that minute restriction, which, he's getting up there in age, so he probably needs it, unfortunately. Anthony Davis has looked very good on both sides of the ball for once, so that's good for him. LeBron James still doing LeBron James thing, averaging 25 points per game, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal and a block. Yeah, he's been very good. And D'Angelo Russell has also been pretty good. Austin Reeves, hopefully he takes a little bit more of a step forward. But yeah, I really like what they did in the offseason, and they're looking pretty good to start off the year. The Clippers bringing in James Harden. Interested to see how that big four plays out. They now have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Imagine if you told someone that all those four would be on the same team in 2017. Like, you wouldn't believe me, but here they are, and I know they're not. None of them are their former selves. I can tell you that, but yeah, I mean, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, they've all been. Everyone's healthy on this team. Again, similar to the Pelicans, they're a scary team if they can stay healthy. Paul George has been their leading scorer. Kawhi Leonard has also been very good. Russell Westbrook, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I would be happy with that if I was a Clippers fan at this point in his career. Those are some pretty good stats still to be putting up. Norman Powell, Bones Highland, Zubac, Plumlee, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum. They got a lot of depth on this team. They have PJ Tucker just got traded, and now they bring in James Harden. I know they shipped out a couple guys in the James Harden trail. I don't remember who exactly, but yeah, they could make some noise in the West. I feel like I'm saying that for every team, but the West is just very stacked. There's a lot of talent. Thunder have impressed me to start the year. Chet Holmgren has probably been the rookie of the year so far through 5 games. SGA has been good. I'd like to see him. He's averaging 25, but I'd like to see him get a little bit more points on the board. Spurs 2-2. Victor Wembanyama has been pretty good. The defense is obviously going to be there, and I think the offense is going to get there. It's not at its peak, I would say. I mean, nothing's at its peak. He's played 4 games, but the defense, I think, is closer to that peak than the offense is. But I think he'll get there. 16 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He's been pretty good, so I wouldn't be worried about them. And then, I mean, if they can bring in like a real point guard, Devin Vassell, he's averaging 20 points per game, but he's not a true point guard. If they can bring in a true point guard, they could be very good in the future. Timberwolves at 2-2. Anthony Edwards averaging 25 points per game. The Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert situation is interesting to watch. To be honest, I haven't really seen too much of it, so I can't really sit here and act like I know. But I am interested to see how this fares for the Timberwolves moving forward this season. The Suns sitting at 2-2. They're gonna take some time to get used to each other. I don't even think Bradley Beal has played a game yet this year. Devin Booker's only played 1 game also, so they're dealing with a couple injuries right now, but they should be okay moving forward. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, that's a phenomenal big 3, so I mean they're all going to average over 20, I'd assume. And I'm interested to see how they continue to work with each other. Kings, the Kings at 2-2. I mean, 2-2 is not a bad record. So saying they're at 11, you're like, whoa, but it's early in the year. They're 2-2. This is not bad. De'Aaron Fox, 31 points per game. He's been very good. And Sabonis, he's been rebounding the crap out of the ball as always. He's sitting at 14 rebounds a game. Yeah, they look pretty good. Um, I think they should be comfortably in the play at least the play in. They probably will get a top 6 seed. They've been good to start the year. The Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, John Collins. It's it's doing. I mean, they're winning some games. I don't know how good they'll be to start the year, and I'm really confused what's going on with Walker Kessler. A little concerning. Um, he's gotten off to a slow start. The Trailblazers sitting here at um, at 2-3. Um, I mean, they don't have Anthony Simons. He's injured for a couple weeks, so that's unfortunate for them. I don't expect them to be too good in the season moving forward. Malcolm Brogdon has been pretty good. Shaden Sharp, I'm impressed with what I see. I'd like for him to keep that up. Scoot Henderson starting off a little bit slow, but you know, DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams. There's a lot of names you'd recognize on this team, but I just don't know if it'll work out very well. They're sitting at 2-3, but I mean they could make the play, and I'm not putting it past them. Houston bringing in a lot of new guys, bringing in a new head coach. They will continue to get better. I don't expect them to make the playoffs, but Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson has been okay. They need to get him some more shots, I think. I like to see what he has. Jalen Green's been good. Alfred Sengun is actually leading the team in points and rebounds, and he's averaging 6 assists per game, so he's been very good to start up the year. And this is kind of the big thing I wanted to talk about because the Grizzlies now at 0-5. They're the only team in the league without a win. This is a little bit concerning. I know I've been saying this the whole video, that I'm not worried it's the first couple games. This is a situation where I am starting to worry just a little. Now, obviously, they could prove me wrong and win and, go on a hot streak. I'm not putting it past them. The Grizzlies are a great team, but without John Morant, they really don't have that number one scoring option. It's been Desmond Bane without him, which is what I predicted, but I think I was expecting a little bit more of a step taken from him. Desmond Bane's just not a number one scoring option in this league. He's a great number two, he's a great number three, but number one, I don't know if he's quite there yet. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't get there because he very much could, but these 25 games without Ja, it's gonna be a little tough. If they can finish 500, I'd call that a success. But in the West, it's gonna be hard to make some of those games up. So I'm a little worried. I think I had them fourth in my preseason prediction for the Western Conference standings. I, I don't know if they can get there, but like I said, 5 games through, I don't want to overreact, but it is getting. I am getting a little worried. Marcus Smart has been good to start the year. I like what I've seen. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s. They've all been good, but they just haven't been winning games. They need John Morant to be that number one scoring option because it really just helps out their offense a lot. Yeah, that's really it. The highest amount of points they've scored this year is 110, which isn't bad, but I don't know. I'm getting a little worried about the Grizzlies. Just the fact that they're the only team without a win through 5 games is a little worrisome. But I wouldn't say I'm panicking. I'm just a little hesitant on them. But yeah, like I said, if they can just get around 500, maybe even a couple games below, with when Ja gets back, I think they should be okay, but obviously it's going to be hard to make up a lot of games in this West. It's so competitive. So, I mean, I said it in my preseason prediction. I could legitimately see all 15 teams making at least the play-in. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Again, like I said, it was gonna be a shorter one. Through 5 games, there's only so much you can talk about. We kind of just did a little overview of each team, how they've looked to me. Um, yeah, I'm very excited for this season moving forward. Great to have the NBA back. We're in the prime time for this channel and the uploads and the amount of content. Because, I mean, like I said, you gotta subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Make sure you don't miss anything. We got college basketball every Monday, college football every Tuesday, NFL every Wednesday, and then NBA every Thursday. So you gotta subscribe. This is the prime time of content wise. So yeah, like I said, make sure you subscribe with those notifications bell on. Make sure you don't miss out on any videos we upload. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. I work very hard to maintain the schedule and get you guys the videos on time. Um, my Discord and my X are linked in the description. You can join that Discord if you could just join it just cause. Um, but also, if you want to appear on any of these videos, any of the ones I've listed, college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, I'd love to have someone to talk to while doing these. I didn't have Connor on for this episode. We'll see if we can get him on next time. He was busy today. And yeah, follow that X. Just kind of tweet random stuff about sports. So if you want some bonus content, make sure you follow that. But yeah, that's going to be it. And next time I see you will be Monday with our first top 40 actually. We don't do top 25s for college basketball, we do top 40. So we'll see you guys Monday with our first top 40 for the college basketball season. We made our season preview on Monday. Make sure you check it out. That was a great video. And yeah, I mean the videos on the screen right now. Make sure you go watch those. Those are great videos. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys Monday with college basketball.